Georgia. How are you?
I'm all good, thank you. I'm still very sad about the World Cup final result, but I'm doing well. How are you?
Well, I fine. I didn't even watch it. England weren't in it, so I didn't bother.
No, I wasn't bothered about England. It was France all the way for me, but lost on penalties in the final. Devastated, but can't complain. They got far.
Well, at least France have won the World Cup recently, unlike England many moons ago, way before even I was born.
My dad's year of birth when the last won it, 1966. But I mean, hopefully during my lifetime they'll win it again. Not sure about yours, but hopefully during my.
Well, I'm only a few years older. Well, no, actually, I'm quite a lot older than you. So behind you, you've got all your medals, your trophies, all that kind of stuff. This is what you would call the trophy room. You've got your boyfriend right there.
Yeah, he's quite fit, isn't he?
It's not bad. You chopped his arms off though.
Yeah, this is all my stuff from amateur boxing days. Got like my World Championship medals, Commonwealth Games medals in there somewhere. All my Taekwondo trophies, National Championship belts, kickboxing fights and stuff. So half of those I don't even remember the fights from them.
Yeah. Of course, you'll be looking to get a new cabinet soon then, with world titles, European titles, Commonwealth, whatever titles you can get as a pro.
Exactly, God willing one day. Like I say, I always say I'm 22 and I'm just chilling for the moment, picking the rounds up, picking the experience up, but one day I want this room to be full of trophies, belts and nice memories.
Yeah. Now you're 3-0, all three of those on Sky Sports. Are you used to it yet? Yeah. Are you used to the attention and whatever else?
I think so.
Now you're verified on social media, of course. You've got your blue tick.
Got my celebrity status finally. I'm getting used to it. I've never been one to love being the centre of attention. I always just kind of keep out of things, but part of professional boxing, it's a business, isn't it? You're always gonna have to get interviews and be in the limelight a bit, especially when you're on fight cards. But yeah, I'm 100% getting used to it and learning to enjoy it as well, just as much as I enjoy being in the ring.
Yeah. Speaking of which, when you plan on being out again?
Hopefully March or April time. I was hoping to be out January or February. My birthday's February, so I was wanting to have one then I could celebrate a bit, have a little party or something, but it's looking unlikely, so just going to have to put the celebrations on hold until I have my next fight.
Maybe feature on a March card. Well, I'm hearing that there could be one in Newcastle, but if not, there's definitely one on in Scotland.
Yeah, I'd be happy with anything, fight anywhere. But I think this is the first interview we've done since my last fight, isn't it? But London was amazing. I really enjoyed that. I would go back tomorrow to fight there. That was class.
What do you think of the whole women card? Because there's like a lot of people saying how it worked out brilliantly. There's a lot of people saying you shouldn't really make it a women's night as such, because you don't have men's nights and whatever else. It should just be mixed, because then it saves some separation or something like that. Like, did you enjoy the whole just women card?
I enjoyed it, yeah, and I think when you think like back 40, 50 years ago, women's professional boxing didn't really exist. It wasn't really a thing, so I understand both points of view. I understand someone's point of view that it just segregates men and women further because, like you say, there isn't only men's nights. But again, from the more liberal point of view, when professional boxing was around all those years ago, there was actually men's only nights because there was no women fighting. So I get both points of view, really. I'm not wanting to get into like political debates and sexism arguments and stuff. I'm just happy to be part of the night, and I enjoyed it, and that's what it comes down to.
Now, your last opponent was Delphine Spassoon's chief sparring partner.
Yeah.
She was undefeated, Belgian national champion. You go in there and just do her.
It's part of the job, isn't it? Yeah, she was quite scary to look at. She obviously a record and having that Belgian title, obviously undefeated like myself. Bit of a risk, I think, being in with her so early in my career. But like I say, it's valuable experience again, being in with someone like that and picking the rounds up, won every round again. Still haven't lost a round in my professional career, touch wood. But no, I loved it. Yeah, she was a really nice woman as well. She's from Belgium, so she spoke Dutch and French.
Okay.
And I'm a fluent French speaker myself, so I was speaking a bit in French. And
you learn a bit of Dutch now as well, aren't you?
My boyfriend's Dutch, so
I'm
gonna have to. I should probably be learning it more than I am, but.
He speaks English.
Exactly, I'm a bit lazy.
That's it. So when are you kind of like looking to start adding to the trophy cabinet then? Because you said before that there's no rush for you. It's like you're not really planning on that kind of stuff until what, another 2-3 years time, something like that.
So yeah, it's still the same. Like I don't want to just be fast tracked and then like be at that level, because once you're at that level you can't come back down and then go back to fighting the journeywomen and building your rounds up, because then your rounds are already built up and you have to keep fighting at that level. So for me it's just whenever I know in my heart, and whenever like my dad, you know, I trust him more than anything, so whenever he believes that I'm ready to take that step up and have the means to not come down from it, then that's when I'll step up. But for now I'm just enjoying soaking it all up, and yeah, I want to have a long career. I don't want to be out of the game when I'm 24. You know, I'm planning to retire late 20s, early 30s, so I want to make sure I can stay in the game until then.
Well, I mean, I'm sure that you're planning on having children at some point. Like, how does that affect your professional boxing career? How does that affect it?
I wouldn't have kids until I'm finished with boxing. I don't want children. Like I'm way too young now to even think about it. But yeah, don't think I would have them before I was 30, because I can't even look after myself, man. I can't put the washing machine on. So yeah, definitely the world titles and stuff's definitely my priority, and then start thinking about kids. But that's just like so far in the future. But yeah, I think when I do want to have children, I want them to be my everything at that point, and for them to be my priority. So I would have to be done with boxing. I don't think I could. Don't think I could manage the two. I mean, I know some boxers who do. Tasha Jonas, for example, she's done a phenomenal job with her baby girl, and obviously giving birth and then coming back physically to do what she's done. I admire that all day long, but it's not for me. I'd rather be done with the boxing and then maybe go travelling a bit and then settle down.
So boxing career, a bit of travelling, and then maybe kids.
Maybe.
So really,
I do like the thought.
We're talking about 40 years old, aren't we?
I do like the thought of going to Greece whenever I want, so maybe I'll not have kids, but no, it's a nice thought, but not right now.
You can always adopt. That's what I thought about adopting off, you know, like a 19, 20-year-old. I was thinking about adopting.
I might just adopt someone, so I've got a friend. If I'm like say 30, I'll adopt like a 16-year-old, and it can just be my friend.
Just get some cats. You can look like a cat lady.
Yeah, I mean, if it doesn't work out with my relationship, and you know, in the future, I can, like I said, I'll just get 9 cats, and like I say, I can go to Greece whenever I want and do what I want. So I'm sure I'll be happy.
Exactly. So how would you sum up your 2022? You had 2 fights, and obviously the Northeast boxing as a whole, a lot of events and a lot of fights, a lot of people that you know personally and are friends with and whatever. Like, how would you sum up 2022 for boxing?
It was a good year, not just for myself, but obviously that fight card, Clarissa and Savannah's fight, really just shot women's boxing into the spotlight, didn't it? I mean, 2 million viewers tuned in to watch it, didn't they?
That's mad, isn't it?
Yeah. And for like some trolls to sit on they sit on the couch, say, oh, women's boxing, who cares? Well, 2 million people cared enough that night to watch it, didn't they? So yeah, just proving the haters wrong, isn't it? And doing good things in the sport. I think, yeah, I really enjoyed the year. Like obviously getting out twice myself. Ideally would have liked 3 or 4 times, but I'm still at the bottom of the pile, so to speak, in Sky Sports' roster, so can't complain.
Yeah. So next year, 2023, we're looking at 3 or 4 times?
3 or 4 ideally, yeah, but I'd be happy just to get some wins again, get some rounds, and just continue enjoying myself in this wonderful sport.
Now, even though you don't have a fight date or anything like that, your dad was telling me that you're still training. Do you enjoy training?
Yeah, I love training. I'm not one to you see some fighters, I mean, they train and stuff, they fight, but then they're out the next weekend, you know, doing naughty things, putting things up the nose and on the drink. I mean, I like to have a drink a couple of times a year, but I'm not going to go out partying and stuff. I'm more of an introvert. I'd rather sit with hot chocolate and read in bed at night. So yeah, I'm always doing a bit of training or something, like playing my guitar, keeping my mind active. So yeah, I've always just been one to get not straight back in the training. I like having a week off, go in the sun somewhere, but yeah, I always like to keep on the right track. I feel like it's easy to go off the right track and start mixing 2 lifestyles, which I don't think should ever be mixed.
Have you been staying away from the boost?
The booze?
Boost.
Oh, boost.
No,
I love a boost. My metabolism seems to be a lot quicker now, so I mean, I've been enjoying a few more boosts and not gaining the weight, so result.
And what about Christmas though? It's only a couple of days away now. Are you going to gorge and then regret it after, or what are you going to do?
I don't feel good if I eat loads of bad food. I don't feel good myself, so and my appetite's a lot smaller now. I don't know if it's getting older, my body's changing. I mean, a few years ago, like I could have put 10,000 calories away in one night. It was disgusting. Went up to 92 kilo because of it, but we don't talk about that. Yeah, now I'm just not interested. I'd rather just go for a walk or have a nice drink or something, you know, not just eat loads of bad food and then feel terrible about it. I'd rather just have a nice meal and enjoy that. So no, Christmas is just be normal. Just have my meal, have a few bits of chocolate and stuff. Maybe a couple of glasses of Baileys, a couple of pints of Guinness, and that's it.
My wife loves that Baileys.
Yeah, it's
She's
nice. Do
been
you
getting
like
some.
it?
I'm okay with it. I mean, I don't really drink, but she's been getting ones with like a chocolate orange flavored ones and all kinds of
Too
different
sickly for
weird.
me that. I like the original one. There's a nice like cream based liqueur for any fans of Baileys out there called O'Connor's. It's not my own brand, but it's very nice. You'd think
It's not your brand?
You'd think like it's a knockoff, like pound shop version of Baileys, but it's actually nicer in my opinion.
Yeah.
Completely unbiased. But yeah, it's really nice.
Yeah. Anyway, so your regular sparring partner, Stephen Robinson, he won his past weekend in Bournemouth. Considering the year he's had, and also like you know him well, you've got to be like a super happy for him to have got that win in a very dangerous fight.
Yeah, 1000%. I mean, the fight itself, like I say, very dangerous, going against Nick Campbell, Scottish champion, knocked out Jay McFarlane, who's very talented. 5-0 with 5 KOs, I believe. Like, it's a potential landmine, that isn't it, going into that fight, but he did the job, and you know what he said after, he's doing it for people that don't believe in themselves, and gotta respect it, haven't you? Like, no one can take anything away from him. There's like people, like I mentioned before, sat on the chair at home giving him grief and stuff, but I'd like to see them get in and do it, especially after the year he's had with these hardships and things and everything that's gone on for him. I'm dead proud of him.
And that's the thing, isn't it? Is that people will criticise, and I'm sure you get haters as well as like a support as well. But in reality, you, Stephen, and many others, you guys have fought in front of your own fans in arenas. You fought in London. You know, you've been on Sky Sports. How many people can say that?
That's it. I mean, I had someone, excuse me, after my last fight calling me a bum and saying, "Oh, Connor's shit, she's a bum." Fair enough, call me shit, but I'm definitely not a bum. Like, I'm trying to do something constructive with my life. If that's your opinion, fine, but I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing. At the end of the day, I'm having fun, making money, doing what I love. Get to have a nice lie in every morning. How many people can say that? So,
That's right.
yeah, I don't listen to it, mate. It's just straight over my head. I'm still getting paid at the end of the day, so. And they do say once you start getting hate, you're doing well in life, so it's a good indicator of how I'm doing.
It's more worrying when people are not talking about you.
Yeah, exactly.
So what do you think of the North East in general for the boxing scene? It seems to have gone right the way up again.
Seems like a hot spot now, doesn't it, for women's boxing? You've got the likes of, obviously, Lewis Ritson, Savannah Marshall, obviously, with that performance against Clarissa Shields. I believe there's a rematch clause being activated for that, isn't there, for next summer, which will be awesome if that comes off. Yeah, I think it's definitely, especially the last couple of years, it's just it's shot up, hasn't it, in terms of publicity and how well it's doing.
Yeah. And next year, are you planning on headlining a show? Would you like to headline a show?
Headline a show next year?
End of next year?
Let's not get ahead of ourselves.
No?
No, maybe in a couple of years. I don't want to look too far ahead yet. I think just focus on my next fight when it gets scheduled, and just one step at a time. Don't want to get ahead of myself.
Yeah. Now, of course, you train with Mark, but of course, you're more with your dad. So what's like the difference between being with your dad and then being with, say, in Newcastle doing the training?
My dad's training is very technical. He's very good at analysing a fight and seeing different ways in which a fight can go. He works a lot with me on angles, reading a fight myself when I'm in the ring, and my dad's a very calming influence as well. I've been up concert sparring with boys, grown men, like much bigger than me, 6'1", 6'2". I'm only 5'9", 5'10" myself. Very daunting, but if my dad's there with me, he reminds me everything and reminds me of everything that we do in the gym together, the angles we work on, the different drills and things we use, and the nerves just go. He's a very calming influence. But going to Newcastle is good as well for more like fitness based stuff, but for technique, it's my dad's the man. I wouldn't have it any other way.
Yeah. All right, and Georgia, shout out to your sponsors.
Yeah, John Stevenson, Gail Pallister from Unique Apparel, Nikki Todd from Fortis Vision, and Andrew Williams, my lovely uncle from Andrew Williams Groundworks. I'm actually looking for a couple more sponsors for 2023, so if anyone's interested, it will be an honour if you give me a message, and hopefully we can sort something.
Yeah, and because you're verified now, I'm sure you'll be attracting quite a few little blue ticks.
I wish people would stop talking about that, you know, I'm getting treated like a celebrity, I don't like
And it's
it.
not one of those bought ones either.
I paid 500,000 for it, don't tell anyone.
Oh, was it? 500,000?
Yeah.
Bloody hell.
All my life savings gone.
Oh, yeah. Bloody hell. Okay, anything else?
And that's all from me.
Alright, well, we wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
We'd just like to say thank you to everyone who keeps supporting me. I always read the comments, and they're all very progressive and nice, and it makes my day. So thank you to all of my fans on Sport and Icons channel.
Although I enjoy reading some of the comments about you, to be fair. They do come out for you, don't they, sometimes?
They do, make me blush.
Alright, Georgia.
Thank you.